that, you know, with these trans athletes, men should have just took care of them like we did back in the 50s and 60s. What the does that mean? That doesn't sound very peaceful in my eyes, I'll be honest. I'm just being silly. I'm the president of the United States, bro. Am I not allowed to make jokes about unaliving my political opponents? Huh? Hey, if they're gay or dating someone that's trans, they're obviously on the left. Because it seems like a lot of you guys like to be down low as well. Just gonna throw that out there. You cannot fix the country, and you cannot proceed to want to have the country to be fixed if all you want to do is spread hate. That's what you're doing. You're propagating it. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Okay, right now I'm live. Like I said, if you would like to see the segments in their entirety, you can go ahead and go to my live. You'll actually get a sneak peek because I'll leave the lives up at all times, while you'll have to wait for the segments 2 days, 3 days down the line when I get time to edit them. But today's segment, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Kimmel Canceled. Disney pulls the plug after Charlie Kirk comments. It's a video by Nerdrotic. My opinion on this shit, I don't know if he's going to play the full Jimmy Kimmel monologue. If he doesn't, I will. It's a 5-minute monologue, okay? I'm not even going to play the full monologue. I think there's 40 seconds in here that I feel hurt Jimmy the most. But just for the clarity and context, and because I think he isn't going to show more than just 30 seconds of Jimmy's quote, I'll play the whole clip, and then we'll see if this has anything to do with politics. Because I keep seeing people say it's not political, and I don't believe that's true. But let's just get this shit started, okay? Let's see what he's got to say.
I'm not going on vacation. I'm leaving the country.
Why are you leaving the country?
I can't stay for another 4 years of this. Who knows what he's going to do?
Jim, I'm sorry. You're fired. Get out of here.
Nerdrotic.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million lovers of justice and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. We have some breaking news. It looks like Jimmy Kimmel might be done. He might have gone a step too far, but it's not like him and his comrades in the corporate legacy media and the corporate access media, who are the enemy of the people, along with a lot of Hollywood, haven't played their part in dividing this country with their hysterical rhetoric over the last 10 years.
You're with a white guy. I'm going to keep you from being deported. No, he's going to deport you and put the white guy with someone else. The man is out there.
I think he's selfish. He's racist. He's
okay. Is this what we're doing? We're doing clip culture. I thought you guys hated clip culture. Ever since Charlie Kirk has passed, you guys have claimed to hate clip culture. If we could do that, we could do that with the shit I posted on my TikTok. Do we really want to do that? Like, I don't understand. I posted a whole fucking 3-minute video of Charlie Kirk's fucking quotes. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. We're gonna do DEI. We were going to not do this, okay? Because that's not what the segment is about. It's technically about Jimmy Kimmel. You know what? I'm not gonna do this. The only thing I will say is I find it funny that we're gonna use a bunch of fucking clips of celebrities, a bunch of clips, and you guys are gonna sit there like Trump hasn't called people fascists. Trump hasn't said the radical left fascist Democrats. Trump hasn't gone up there and constantly spread the rhetoric. Do you guys remember back in 2016 when, you know what? Fuck that. Because I won't play this because it's a little off topic. As you guys can see, a bunch of people are saying out of context from the video I posted. So I won't play this, okay? Because people said I was clip chimping. People say I was just cutting up clips of fucking Charlie Kirk. That's all I was doing. I do want to play one clip of Charlie Kirk. One clip in this video. To see rhetoric, you know. Hold on. Give me a second. This one right here.
It's perfect law when it.
I love when we sit here and we're like, actually, it's just the left. They're the only ones. They're the only ones that are trying to fucking enrage the public. They're the only ones that want to have violence. That's it. It's just the left. It's never been the right. Okay, let's see.
Comes to sexual. And these people are sick, and I don't say that lightly. The NCAA is a perverted organization. They platformed a biological male who won a national championship and then was allowed in incredibly disturbing detail to be around you and your fellow competitors. And again, I blame the decline of American men. This never should have been, someone should have just took care of it the way we used to take care of things in the 1950s or 60s. But,
So he's speaking on trans athletes with Riley Gaines, the famous person who, she had sixth place? Sixth place, by the way. She was going to lose that race regardless. It was one fucking trans person. She got sixth fucking place. But, he said that, with these trans athletes, men should have just took care of them like we did back in the 50s and 60s. What the hell does that mean? That doesn't sound very peaceful in my eyes, I'll be honest. But I digress, okay? Let's go back to his clip chimping. It's okay. We'll watch his video. I just wanted to point out that's kind of funny. You guys cry about getting taken out of context constantly, but then you sit here and you're gonna clip a bunch of people talking. And also, to be clipped out of context is to... I gave this example on a live before, in a segment before. To be clipped out of context is to have more context that's going to change the entirety of the statement. I've said this before, okay? I continue to say this. The example I gave, I believe, was like saying, I don't like all people, and then cutting it off there, and then saying, I don't like all people that hurt kids, right? And obviously, people would agree with the second one rather than the first. But that would be out of context, right? If you're sitting there and you're saying, man, I hate brown people. That's fucked. That's not okay. Nothing's okay with that. But if you correct that by saying, I hate brown people getting taken advantage of in this country. You see what I'm saying? That's adding context, right? That would be cut out of context. Saying, I hate brown people, and cutting it there. If you're saying, oh, he's out of context, and I go to say, okay, let's see what else is said. I hate brown people getting taken advantage of in the country. It's like, oh, okay, he was taken out of context. But he's not taken out of context there when he's saying that men lost their testosterone. When it comes to trans athletes, they need to go back to what we used to do in the 50s and 60s and take care of them. I'm not sure the context I'm missing there. But again, I digress, okay? I already yapped for a fat minute and the video barely started. I'm just angry off rip because we're already just clip chimping, and that's what we fucking complain about. You guys are so... Oh my god, it's so unserious. It's so unserious. Let's keep going.
Misogynist. He's a liar.
Donald Trump is destroying our country and everything we care about.
The world should consider my president as public enemy number one at this point.
We have to get him. We have to get him, no matter what it takes. We have to get him. We have to bring him down. We have to send a message.
He's such a mean, nasty, hateful person. I can't see any good in him. Nothing at all. Nothing redeemable in him. He's got to be stopped.
The Republicans who are still on Team Trump are apparently fascist enablers.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm going to come.
And there's no worse culprit than Late Night, who has been...
Can we do the clip chipping of your side now? Your side, like Matt Walsh, Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, Donald Trump, the fucking president, J.D. Vance, the fucking vice president. I don't understand. Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi. Can we get clips of them now? We have a lot of fresh clips of them now, but when we do that, you scream out of context. Go fuck yourself.
Demonizing and vilifying not just a president, but anybody who voted for him or anybody who just doesn't believe them for the last 10 years. Half of our fellow citizenry.
Donald Trump is a fascist. And when it comes to democracy versus fascism, I'm sorry, there are not fine people on both sides. So you need to choose Donald Trump or the American people.
Beta!
Donald Trump has been calling Democrats fascists since he started running. Donald Trump insinuated that people should go ahead and pop Hillary Clinton. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And you know what I am, guys? I am a truth fucking sayer. There's not a lie that spills out of my mouth. I fucking just vomit it. I start speaking and the truth just comes out. So if you're someone listening to me and saying I'm fucking lying, let's go ahead and just look at the goddamn clip, okay? Because I made sure to pull it up earlier, but it's okay. We'll go ahead and I'll pull it up for you again. You guys ready? Give me a second. Let's pull up the clip, okay? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Here it is.
This afternoon, Trump spoke to supporters in Wilmington.
And it was his comments about the Second Amendment and rival Hillary Clinton that are getting a lot of attention. CBS North Carolina's Michael Hyland was there and has more.
Throughout his speech, Donald Trump kept bringing up the vacancies that could occur on the Supreme Court in the next few years. And he had a message to supporters of the Second Amendment if Hillary Clinton wins. Donald Trump made it a theme throughout the speech, the stakes involving the Supreme Court, early on talking up his NRA endorsement and saying,
if you pick two that are left, it's going to be a disaster for our country.
And at the end of his speech, he said this, referring to Hillary Clinton.
If she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks.
Hold on.
Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know.
A spokesman.
Okay? And you know what's funny about that? Do you know what's funny about that quote? That's not even the worst goddamn thing Trump has said while he's been running and in office. Okay? What the fuck was that? It's just like, oh, if she gets in office, guys, your guns, they're going away. And there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you're those Second Amendment guys. I don't know. There might be some. I don't know. There might be something you can do about it. I don't know. Bro, I don't know. I'm not. I'm just being silly. I'm the president of the United States, bro. Am I not allowed to make jokes about unaliving my political opponents? Huh? What are we, snowflakes? Come on now. It's just a joke. Fuck out of here. Let's keep going.
We already know Stephen Colbert will be gone in May of next year, and now it looks like Jimmy Kimmel is gone. And it looks like he's gone for telling a lie. And I know I have to be specific because he's been lying to the people along with the rest of his ilk and late night for the last...
If he's gone for telling a lie, then what the fuck is 90% of Fox News media doing still on the airwaves? What? He's gone for telling a lie? Is that what we're going to say? So that's the new claim? I heard the claim before was that Jimmy Kimmel got booted from his show because of ratings, which is untrue. Now I'm hearing that he's gone for telling a lie. Really? That's what it is? Okay. Let's see.
Last decade. But this one was pretty insidious, and not even Disney's ABC could let this one stand. As I record this video, it's been 1 week since the assassination of
the woke Disney ABC, by the way. The woke Disney ABC.
Charlie Kirk, a man who just wanted to sit down and exchange ideas with college students in a respectful way, and they killed him for it. And he was killed by a radical leftist Antifa supporter who was living with a transgender furry.
What I heard as far as the political reports, as far as him being a leftist, there's no, hold on. There's indications leaning in a direction that he could be a leftist, and I wouldn't even doubt it. But there isn't, like, confirmed information on him being a leftist. Let me tell y'all something right now, okay? I don't, just because, and first of all, I heard the Utah governor come out and state that the trans girlfriend was his girlfriend, but then it was his roommate. And then I also heard he did 6 months of college that was remote. First of all, I want to point that out. I want to point out that the Utah governor has changed their stance many times. But second of all, let me give it to you. Let's say it was a trans girlfriend, 100%. I want you guys to truly understand something. When the RNC, just because he has a trans girlfriend does not automatically mean he's leftist. And I know that's going to hurt a lot of your guys' heads, what I just said there. I know. But listen, before you click off this video or before you go to the comments to call me a slur, give me a second and let me show you something, okay? Let me show you something. All right? I'm going to show you something. And I want you to just breathe. Back when the RNC was it in Cleveland? Back when the RNC was in Cleveland or Milwaukee. Okay, so it was in Milwaukee. And this happened, by the way, 4 years prior as well. Back when the RNC was in Milwaukee, right? There was a outage of the Grindr app. And they were experiencing problems because of the mass usage of the app. They called it the Grindr Super Bowl. If you're not familiar with Grindr, it is a app used for men to go on there and have some fun. But that's what they called it, the Grindr Super Bowl, okay? They saw 166% increase in Grindr activity during the Republican National Convention, okay? So let me just be honest with you, okay? If at the Republican, and this happened in 2016 as well, okay? At the Republican National Convention, if the Grindr app has 166% increase in its activity, I don't think you guys are allowed to say, hey, if they're gay or dating someone that's trans, they're obviously on the left. Because it seems like a lot of you guys like to be down low as well. Just gonna throw that out there. But hey, that's not either here or there. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're gay. You guys care very much so, but I just want to say I don't care. But I also want to point out that him having a trans girlfriend, I don't think matters, in my opinion, as far as them being left or right. We need more evidence to come out, but I think it's fucking ridiculous that we want to try so hard to be like, this is a leftist. Absolutely, out the gate. No responsibility whatsoever on their side. Because even if it is a leftist, okay, how the hell are we not, like, looking at the parents? Because you're like, oh, indoctrination. He went to college for 6 months. I heard it was remote. That's what I read, but I could be wrong on that. I'll have no problem going to look back into it. But let's just take what you say as a fact. Let's say it wasn't remote. They went to a super liberal cuck college, got a super liberal cuck trans girlfriend. How is it that in 6 months span that your Republican family with Republican ideals got overturned in 6 months? Damn, bro. Your ideals must be weak as fuck if they can get overturned in 6 months. That's crazy. I was raised with very Republican ideals from my dad. All right, who left his family, by the way, great Republican person there, and from very conservative leanings from my grandma's side of the family that I grew up with. It took me years as I got older and I learned more to start to separate myself from that way of thinking. Still love them, except my dad because he left the family. Still love them, but I disagree with them. As I got older, it took me years. I didn't fucking transition. Funny enough, I didn't transition in 6 months. 6 months? Okay, that's kind of crazy, but all right. Well, 6 months. All right, cool. But let's keep going.
This guy was into some weird.
Now, early on, the media was really trying to convince people that this shooter was MAGA. But as more information came out, it became crystal clear that he wasn't. On the evening of Monday, September 15th, when the entire world knew what the shooter's motivation was at this point, Jimmy Kimmel decided to roll with this.
We had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
It's completely vile.
Okay, 2 things. One, I disagree with pinning him on one side over the other. I don't know what the, I can say shooter, right? I don't know what the shooter's motivation is. Well, I know what his motivation is, but I don't know what political leaning he's on. I don't. And I also don't care, because I don't think political violence is acceptable whatsoever, whether you're left or right. I do find it funny that the DOJ took down a study. If you go and look at who commits the most political violence in the country by political leaning, it is far and beyond the right by 74%, 73% if I'm not mistaken. And I believe the DOJ took that study down, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, here it is. So the DOJ deleted a study that showed a rise in far-right terrorism in the U.S. They deleted it. And you know what they put in place of that study? A poll. So we have a study that looked over events that happened, okay, and showed the political leanings. We have an actual study of that. And then we have a poll of asking a bunch of people, and I don't even know how the question was pointed, Democrats and Republicans, how do you feel about political violence? And I believe J.D. Vance said, Democrats said or leftists said 20% are okay with political violence, and Republicans said 3% was okay with political violence. Answer me this, please, please. Why the fuck are we looking at a poll of what people think for a question that we can't even see how it was asked, instead of the actual events that happened? Are we fucking joking right now? And then they delete the fucking study. They delete it. So, I don't know what to tell you. That's fucking weird. But that's okay. That's okay, right? Let's just delete studies if we don't agree with them. Welcome to America. Let's keep going.
It's completely disgusting. And no, Jimmy, you can't hide behind your 21 writers or say you didn't have enough information. You knew exactly what you were doing. Of course, the next day.
Okay. Let's say you're right. Let's say you're right. Jimmy was 100% wrong. I honestly, like I said, I wouldn't have pinned it on left or right. So I do think Jimmy was wrong in that. Why pull his show? Okay? Why not just ask for a retraction? Okay? Or why not just get over it? I mean, when this fucking crime happened, when this happened, the first thing, before we even had a suspect, bro, before we even had a suspect, the right came out and immediately. The president of the fucking United States said, this is a radical leftist. We had nothing, no proof, no anything. And you guys were not sitting there crying and saying, oh, we need you guys. We need you guys to have the facts straight. We need to make sure you guys are not spewing bullshit. Huh? Those people didn't lose their jobs. The Fox News hosts didn't lose their jobs. Trump sure as hell's not losing his job. But I also want to point out that he did not show what I believe Jimmy Kimmel lost his job for. Do I think Jimmy Kimmel should have said this? Probably not. But at the end of the day, even though I disagree with this,
Charlie Kirk is anything other than one of them and doing everything they can.
I disagree with that part.
To score political points from.
I agree with that part. The first part I disagree with because I don't think we should be stooping to their level and just trying to pit it left and right. Don't think it fucking matters. The only reason I even talk about political violence being so heavy on the right is because the right wants to make it seem like it's just the left. I think all political violence is fucking stupid and dumb, but I think when you try to justify your side being able to go out to commit political violence because one side is committing it at a heavier rate, that's where we fall into a very dangerous situation in this country. But even though I don't agree with that first part, I don't think he's mocking Charlie's death. I don't think he's doing anything that's mocking. I don't think he's, even if he's wrong, in my opinion, the thing he could do is say, listen, I tried to say that this was a Republican. I shouldn't have just said that. I shouldn't have just said it was a Republican. At the end of the day, he should probably just say what I said. It doesn't matter right or left. The only thing that does matter is we condemn all political violence. It's not okay. Right? But you pulled his show. And then he did the second point he made. Absolutely agree with. You guys are using this as a fucking diving board. Okay? to push the most radical fucking hate speech laws I've seen. You guys are trying to go insane when it comes to free speech. You don't care about it anymore. You have a whole fucking website called Charlie's Murderers that's made just to fucking dox people. You guys are insane. You've lost the plot. You're getting people fired. Not even, there was a soldier that got fired because he posted a quote of Charlie Kirk's. That's all he did. He posted Charlie Kirk's quote, his own words, and he got fired for it because it painted Charlie in a bad light. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Okay? It's freedom of speech if it's only me. But let's look at what I believe Jimmy Kimmel lost his fucking shit for, okay?
Some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
This is what I feel he lost his fucking job for.
On the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk, may I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys something, okay? If my friend just... let's say that I'm going to tell you guys my dream car, okay? Well, I'm not even going to tell you guys my dream car. I'm going to show you guys my dream car so you guys can judge me. You're allowed to judge me, okay? You're allowed to judge me as much as you want. But I don't care. Suck my fucking pee-pee. Alright? Alright? This is... Hold on, I want to look it up on Google, not fucking Bing. I don't like the fact that Bing is fucking default. I hate Bing. Okay. So, this right here, this is my dream car. The reason I call it a dream car is because it's something that I want to be able to actually put a lot of maintenance on. It's something that I want to work on. It's something that I want to drive. It's something I want to have fun with. It's not something that I just want to... Because I know I could probably find a cheap one, right? It's not something I just want to drive just to drive. And, yeah, it's a cheap one. But now I got, like, no. And I want a black one, too, because I watched this show, Supernatural. I don't know if y'all saw it. Love the show. I'm a super fan of the show. And I want a black Chevy Impala. Okay? I want it to be nice, too. I want the leather seats to be nice. I want the wheels to be nice. I want the lights to be... I want it nice. I want it nice. But let's say I was able to fucking get it. I was able to get my dream car. I finally got my dream car. It's getting shipped to me. And then my friend lost his life. Close friend, according to Trump. And someone asked me, how are you holding up with the passing of your friend? I would not be like this. I'm doing good. Do you know that my black Chevy Impala is coming in about a week and a half? Man, am I excited for that. I'm so happy. Seems a bit fucking tone deaf, no? That seems a bit fucking tone deaf. Isn't this your fucking friend? What the hell? Seems like he wasn't. But, you know... It's the president. It's Trump. Fuck it, I guess. Let's keep going.
It's completely vile. It's completely disgusting. And no, Jimmy, you can't hide behind your 21 writers or say you didn't have enough information. You knew exactly what you were doing. Of course, the next day he got a lot of clapback. And quite frankly, I don't think anyone was expecting Disney's ABC to do anything about it. Then on the morning of September 17th, Benny Johnson had the commissioner of the FCC on and they discussed it.
Do you believe that what Jimmy Kimmel said rises to the level of news distortion?
Look, again, the FCC could be called upon to be an ultimate judge in that. But at this point, I think it's, clear, it appears to be clear that you can make a strong argument that this is sort of an intentional effort to mislead the American people about a very core fundamental fact, a very important matter.
I don't understand this. I don't get how this guy can fucking say this when Fox News before we even had a suspect, was having a bunch of commentators on talk about the fact that it's a radical leftist shooting and they need to take responsibility. It is so fucking gross. It's so gross, right? You're the fucking head of the FCC. Your whole job is to be unbiased, okay? But this seems biased as fuck. And again, I hate the fucking gaslighting here. I wanted to find another term. I know, gaslighting. I'm about to be called the most radical of the leftists. But I don't know what other term to use. Like, you're lying to our faces. You're telling me that his monologue about Trump and making fun of Trump had absolutely nothing to do with him losing his job? I find that a little hard to believe. And if you're saying it's literally just about Charlie Kirk, I find that hard to believe because he didn't even say anything crazy. Right? He said that the right is trying to use this for political points, which they are. And he's saying that they are trying their hardest to pin this on the left when they know it's one of their own. If you want to disagree with that, I do too. Disagree with that. Say, hey, you shouldn't be saying that because we don't know. But you guys don't disagree with that because of that. I disagree with that because I don't think it matters, one. And two, the reason I think it does matter, but here's why I'm saying it doesn't matter, quote unquote. Because at the end of the day, if you're more focused on trying to pin who done it than why it happened, then we never get to the solution on how it doesn't happen again. Do you understand what I'm saying? You cannot fix the country, and you cannot proceed to want to have the country to be fixed if all you want to do is spread hate. That's what you're doing. You're propagating it. You can't tell me you're not. If all you're trying to do is try your hardest to get one side to be like, oh, it's them, it's absolutely them, then you're not trying to look for a solution. You're trying to look for blood. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but don't sit here and lie to us and act like, oh, we're trying to look for solutions, when really you just want someone's head on a goddamn stick. All these goddamn Civil War fucking posts and shit, and you guys want to sit here and tell me you're the party of peace. Suck my fucking cock and lick the fucking rim, dog. Let's keep going.
At the end of the day, if we do get called upon to cast a vote on this, Disney will have a chance to put in their arguments and explain it. But this is a very, very serious issue right now for Disney.
Still, I don't think anybody realistically believed Disney's ABC was going to do anything about it until this bomb dropped a few hours later from their affiliate Nexstar. Nexstar Media Group, which owns about 32 of the 200 ABC stations, said this: today, we announced that the company's own partner television stations affiliated with the ABC television network would preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live for the foreseeable future, beginning with tonight's show. Nexstar strongly objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the killing of Charlie Kirk and will replace the show with other programming in its ABC affiliated markets. They went on to say Mr. Kimmel's comments about the death of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our national...
Offensive and insensitive at a critical time. You had Matt Walsh talking about Civil War. You have Fox and Friends literally sitting there begging the president, begging him to fucking say, hey, we all need to come together as one with unity. Nope. What did he do instead? It's the radical left. We got to get rid of the radical left. Radical left. We got to get rid of them. And then even when his Fox and Friends co-host said, so like in voting, right? In voting, right? Like, you need to vote them out, right? Trying to give them a fucking softball. He turns around and goes, yeah, in voting, yeah. But voting's rigged anyway, the voting ballots, they're rigged. Everything's rigged. So, it's like, then what are you saying? You need to get rid of these radical leftists, which you believe is the whole goddamn party. You need to get rid of the radical leftists. We need to get rid of them. Also, I just mean voting. You just gotta vote them out. But also, voting is rigged. So why would I vote then? Because if voting's rigged, I'm probably not gonna vote because voting amount's not gonna work. So what do I do next, Mr. President? What are you insinuating? See, but it's always obfuscation with these guys. It's always fucking jokes. It's always out of context. It's always something.
political discourse. And it's my belief this forced Disney's ABC's hand to do something that they might not have done, because ABC suspends Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely over Charlie Kirk comments. The network's decision comes after affiliate group Nexstar said it will pull the late night show, and the chairman of the FCC suggested he might take action against ABC. From Variety, ABC pulls Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely after host Charlie Kirk comments. Do I have any sympathy for Jimmy Kimmel? Let's just say I have about as much sympathy for him as he had for the people who refused to take the jab.
Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy.
And the free speech argument will rightly come up. Do I think he should be fired over his speech or opinions? Absolutely not. Do I think he should be fired for lying? Well, not necessarily, but it's really not up to me. I do think he should be fired for being really shitty at his job. And I have no problem with him getting fired using somebody's death to score some political points. Disney's ABC, see, I'm not the only one saying it, said it would take Jimmy Kimmel's popular? I'm not so sure about that. Late night show off its schedule indefinitely after one of the biggest owners of the TV stations in the U.S., Nexstar Media, said it intended to preempt airings of the program following remarks the host made about the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. How about just Charlie Kirk? How about just human being Charlie Kirk? You cannot hate the media enough. In the monologue Monday night, which you heard earlier in the video, Kimmel said that the MAGA gang was trying to score political points off Kirk's murder, and then Jimmy followed it up by trying to score political points. What a scumbag. Variety goes on to explain Disney's maneuver is likely to further inflame American partisanship because the media and Disney and Jimmy Kimmel haven't done that for years already. Over the assassination of Kurt, the activist is viewed as a hero by many, and several prominent conservatives have called for any critic of his work to be silenced. I think more people were talking about the celebration of his death, but of course, that doesn't get brought up.
Here's the thing. You guys annoy the fuck out of me. Hold on. That's crazy. So, you had people mocking George Floyd after he passed. This was a thing, right? If you guys are too young to know this, there was a young boy by the name of Trayvon Martin who was taken by George Zimmerman, okay, unalived by George Zimmerman, okay. What was it called? Trayvoning, if I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong on that? Is it called Trayvoning? And he was killed with iced tea and Skittles in his hand. I'm trying to find it. I'm not sure if I'm going to find it. Trayvon Martin. It's a challenge. It was a challenge on social media where people would lay down with a hoodie and Skittles and an iced tea. Should I just Google it? Can you give me everything? Damn. Can I see? Do I type in Trayvon Martin mocked? Damn. What the hell? Wow. You're telling me I can't find it? I think I found an article though, or it's threads. Okay, so see, I'm not fucking crazy. It was called Trayvoning, right? And they would mock Trayvon's death. Someone who was unalived by just a random guy. He wasn't even a cop because they found him suspicious. Unalived. They followed him. He called the cops. God, we need to relitigate some of this old shit because we can't let people just forget about this. He called the cops. The cops told him to stand down to go home. George Zimmerman refused to. He followed Trayvon. He walked up to Trayvon. He provoked him. They got into a scuffle. He pulled out his weapon and took his life. Had no reason to follow him. Cops told him to go home. And he was found not guilty on self-defense when he's the one that provoked it all. And people not only wanted him signing bags of Skittles and iced tea, and that's what he did, as you can see with one of these pictures. He signed bags of Skittles and iced tea. You had people mocking it. And I think his weapon sold for like $100K. So please miss me with the we don't want people mocking death online. You guys literally do it all the time. But now, okay, Charlie literally made fun of Nancy Pelosi's husband for getting assaulted with a hammer. So did the president and his son on Twitter. His son posted a hammer and some underwear and saying, "Get my Pelosi costume ready for Halloween." You guys constantly mock terrible shit that happens if it's not on your side. But when it is on your side, if other people mock it, not okay. And listen, I'm not one that's going to mock death. I don't think you should be doing it. I don't think it's good. I think it is hurtful. And I think it can be fucked up. That's just how I am. But I'm also Catholic. So I don't like mocking death. I don't feel good about that. But one thing I also don't like is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. I don't like the hypocrisy of people that are going to sit here, bitch, cry, and moan about people mocking death, but then be okay when their side does it. I don't like that. Call it out. If you think it's fucked, then it's fucked all the way around. Don't say it's fucked on their side, but when it's called out on your side, it's okay.
Conservatives have called for any critic of his work to be silenced. I think more people were talking about the celebration of his death, but of course, that doesn't get brought up. You can certainly criticize his views. I don't have a problem with it, no matter how nuanced the argument may be. Oh, show me the nuance of celebrating a man's death. Show me the...
See, oh, this dirty little boy. Oh, this boy is so dirty. He's so nasty. Oh my God. Listen, buddy. You cannot say that. You know what? I'm not even mad. I was mad for a second there, but I'm not even mad. That was clean. That was clean. That's like, if you guys don't watch basketball, I'll try to explain this. If you do watch basketball, you get what I'm saying. But that's like you're playing on the court, like you're playing regulation ball, not street ball. You're playing on the court, okay? And you got like 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and you go for a rip through because you see that their arm is, they're not good. They're not getting you with that good defense. They have their arm out, and you see that there's no time left on the shot clock, so you just fucking, yeah. And you get the call. And you're telling everyone around you, like, I was going to make that shot, bro. What are you talking about? You know damn well. Bro, that was clean. That was clean. If you don't know what I mean by all this, he's saying that when you look at this, people were getting silenced because it does not matter how nuanced they were about critiquing Charlie Kirk, they would still have their videos taken down. One thing that I found funny, I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to come back to you guys in a couple days, and I will show you again. If you go to my TikTok, right, I posted a bunch of videos about Charlie Kirk. I wanted to test something, and in political videos just in general. I believe the likes and the views. You don't care about shit but yourself. Yeah. This one, political. All these are political. Except, and this last one.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Except this one. Alright, then he probably just... And this got like 10,000 views and 1,000 likes. So I'm going to test something for you guys today, okay? I'm going to see if I'm crazy, alright? I'm going to post a video today that's completely not political and not calling out Kirk and the right or whatever. It's going to be similar to this video, probably talking about music. And I'm going to come back to you guys. I'm going to see what the views are looking like. Because right now they're looking rough. And it's kind of weird. But we'll see. But as far as people being silenced for nuance, this has nothing to do. You are gross. This has nothing to do with people mocking his death or being okay with it. You understand that, right? Like, if you read this, you know that. I said no matter how nuanced the argument may be. I'm sorry. Help me, all right? Because maybe in your mind, you're like, no, they're literally just talking about people being taken down because of mocking his death. How do you mock a death in a nuanced way? What is a nuanced way to mock someone's death? I'm curious. Like, you really think that is what they meant with this statement? You think everyone that's in their content taken down, getting doxxed, all that shit, everyone is just people who are mocking his death? You don't think a single person is getting taken down, losing their shit because they're just disagreeing with the fact that Charlie Kirk was a good guy?
Oh, show me the nuance of celebrating a man's death. Show me the nuance of dancing on a grave. Now, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Kimmel was prepared to address the backlash on Wednesday night's show. He planned to explain what he said and demonstrate how it was taken out of context. How the hell could you have taken that out of context?
I mean, you literally showed 1 minute of the clip and didn't proceed to show the 40 seconds after that, or the 4 minutes after that, where he went on to roast Trump specifically. This entire 5-minute monologue is him going at Trump. Going at Trump. That's all he did in this entire
who actually
shit.
talked to them, peacefully debating ideas. Then
That's it. He's literally going at Trump, going at his cabinet, talk about Kash Patel. That's it. So I'm so curious on how you're going to sit there and say you didn't take him out of context when you play 30 seconds of his fucking clip. Why didn't you watch the whole monologue? You think really it's just that fucking little shit that got him taken down? If you believe that, you believe that. That's fine. But I believe he got taken down because he was mocking Trump a little too much and he made him look bad on live TV.
It was your own monologue that was written by other people. When asked by The Hollywood Reporter, the source said that Kimmel was not planning on apologizing. He felt what he said did not require an apology. As everyone knows, Jimmy Kimmel, along with Howard Stern, is one of the biggest sellouts out there. And the hard truth is they're all a bunch of phonies. But I think Jimmy genuinely believes he doesn't need to apologize in this situation. And that might be the most authentic thought he's had.
Why is it that you guys, any person that doesn't agree with you guys is a sellout? That'll never make sense to me. I don't get that.
In his entire life. So by all means, don't apologize if you don't want to. And even if he did, no one would believe him. But as it stands right now, the Jimmy Kimmel Show is canceled. I would argue it should have been canceled years ago because he's not funny or good at his job. And you know what? Maybe Disney's ABC was just looking for an excuse, considering the Colbert Show, which had better ratings, lost $40 million last year. I'm guessing the Jimmy Kimmel Show is losing a few bucks as well.
Winners aren't losers. They're winners, like me. A loser's a loser. Which one will you be?
So we'll see how this plays out. But as of right now, Jimmy Kimmel is done. And I look forward to the corporate legacy access media framing this as some sort of an assault on free speech, even though it's a private company doing what a private company wants.
Suck a dick, bro. Suck a fucking fat cock. Okay? Do you guys remember Shiloh Hendrix? Do you remember who that is? If you don't, I'll remind you, you know. If you guys are new to my channel, please. I'm just a brother that knows a decent amount of information about a decent amount of stuff, who wants to try to help educate you and also just talk with you so we can learn together. But listen, Shiloh Hendrix, right, lost her job because she decided to scream the N-word at a child. And then she proceeded to have $800,000 fundraised to her on a Christian fundraising platform because she lost her job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why did you guys give her money? Why did you do that? I thought this was a private company doing private company things. How many times have you guys complained about people losing their jobs over videos and comments that they made? And saying freedom of speech, freedom of speech. And then what was the argument that was always brought up? Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence. And what was the response to that? No, freedom of speech means I can say whatever the fuck I want. If you disagree with it, fight against it. That's what I constantly heard. I love that we're coming full circle. I saw a funny TikTok live the other day. This woman was holding. I didn't even join. I refuse to join some of these TikTok lives because it's just a fucking jerk circle. Jerk circle? Circle jerk. It's just a giant circle jerk. I refuse to do it. I might hold TikTok lives myself for debating, but I refuse to do the fucking 16-person panel debate. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's the Piers Morgan style of debating. It's fun for people to watch. It's annoying if you actually want a productive conversation. If I do hold a TikTok live, it's one at a time, brother. One of you come up here, you disagree with me, let's talk it out, you leave, I bring the next person up. I'm not doing 30 fucking people at a time. But on her fucking live, it said, it's not cancel culture, it's accountability culture. It's like, oh shit! Oh! I'm stupid. Sorry, you're right. I'm an idiot. I didn't even think about that. Accountability culture. Damn. But yeah, bro, nothing is more Christian than raising $1 million for a woman who screamed the N-word at a baby in a park. That's the most Christian thing I can think about doing in this world.
Once, the same Access Media that had no problem with Gina Carano or Roseanne Barr getting fired.
I thought the bitch was white! Damn it!
And they will all of a sudden remember the value of free speech. You know, the thing the media collectively forgot about the previous 8 years. I'll say this once again, I don't think Jimmy Kimmel should be fired for his thoughts, his opinions, being an asshole, railing on half the country, railing on Trump. I don't care about any of that. I am for people getting fired because they suck at their job, but we don't want to give Jimmy that excuse because it's very different in this case. He absolutely knew what he was doing. Jimmy Kimmel lied. He knew he lied, and he used the murder of Charlie Kirk to demonize half the country, and you can't hide behind your 21 writers or play dumb and say you didn't know. I have no sympathy for you. You f***ed around and you found out. And to anybody bitching about cancel culture right now, let's ask Charlie Kirk what he thinks about it. Oh, you can't.
He really think that was hard. Bro. My dick is more harder than your mother than this line, bro. And your mom's a tough one to get into because she is not a looker. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, this video sucked. Okay. What are you going to do? Fucking plug your shit up to this? Yeah. Okay. Well, cool video, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. I think he's fucking stupid. Good shit. Good shit.